DogWorks Radio is sponsored by Alaska Dog Works. Check out their website at alaskadogworks.com.
You can support this podcast on patreon.com/firstpawmedia.
Welcome to DogWorks Radio. We teach our children the necessary basic commands to keep them safe and stop them from running out in front of a car or putting something dangerous in their mouths. For the same reasons, dogs should also be taught specific commands. Whether you have a puppy or an older dog, there are specific basic dog commands that every dog should know. Thanks to our friends from the American Kennel Club and the Dog Writers Association of America for helping us out on this episode. After the episode, ask yourself, what new ideas has this conversation sparked for you? Then share this episode with a family member or friends and discuss it together. As always, ping me over on Instagram at firstpawmedia. Just remember, dog training is a big commitment and accountability is a huge part. You can do this. I believe in you. But hey, before we dive into this episode, can I ask you a favor? If you have been listening to DogWorks Radio for a while now, say 3 or more episodes, and you like what you hear, would you consider leaving us a 5-star review? Something simple, 2 or 3 sentences max, is perfect for telling the world about what you like about this podcast and what you have learned and why you are a rabid listener. This helps us tremendously. Just scroll down in your favorite podcast player and click the leave a review button. Super simple. And thanks so much for tapping that subscribe button. This month, we've got listeners in 58 countries worldwide. Wow, 3 more than last week. So, hello to our listeners in Salt Lake City, Juneau, Washington, D.C., and our friends in Canada. We are happy you are tuning in. Okay, it's time to dive in. Are you ready?
From First Paw Media, sponsored by Alaska Dog Works Professional Canine Training Center in Anchorage, Alaska. This is DogWorks Radio, committed to families and their dogs to build lifelong and fulfilling relationships. Visit our website at dogworksradio.com. Now, here are your hosts, Robert and Michele Forto.
We teach our children important basic commands to keep them safe and stop them from running out in front of a car or putting something dangerous in their mouths. For the same reasons, dogs should also be taught specific commands. Whether you have a puppy or an older dog, there are specific basic dog commands that every dog should know. To ensure your dog is a good citizen and to keep them out of dangerous situations, he should know some essential dog commands. Each of these dog commands performs a specific function and will help with your pet's daily routine. Whether you take your dog to the park, the vet, or for a simple walk, dangers can occur. Also, no dog is smart enough to realize every danger he can get into. There are automobiles, open wells, bikes, chocolate and candy wrapper choking hazards, and he can even get trapped in places where he cannot get out. For these reasons, dogs must learn to understand and obey specific basic commands. Here are some of the most essential dog commands your pup should know. The important basics. Sit. Sit is an easy command every dog should know. Many dogs get excited when they hear the doorbell, see it's dinner time, or get ready to go for a walk. When you teach your pet to sit, you can tame the overexcitement and, without interruption, answer the door or prepare the meal. The sit command is also useful when you have a large dog and don't want him to jump all over you or someone else. Teaching your dog to sit helps you keep a sense of order and keeps your dog from jumping excitedly and uncontrollably around. Time required for sit It takes about 5 to 10 minutes 2 to 3 times per day to teach your dog a successful sit command. Stay or wait. Stay or wait can stop your dog from running in front of a car or grabbing something he shouldn't grab. For some dogs, stay is hard to do if they see something they want, like a cat or a bird. However, it's an essential command every puppy and dog should know, as the stay command can prevent your dog from getting involved in dangerous situations. Additionally, teaching your dog to stay or wait lets him know that he has to stand still and stay calm for a short time until you are finished with household chores, entertaining guests, or other tasks. Time required to teach stay is 5 to 10 minutes, 2 to 3 times per day. Drop it. Drop it is quite a useful command if you see your favorite shoe sticking out of your dog's mouth. Training your dog to drop it means teaching your dog to let go of something that is in their mouth. This command can protect your pup from eating something dangerous and keep him from chewing up your possessions. The drop it command also makes it easier for you to play with your dog. For example, if he catches a frisbee but won't release it, simply tell him to drop it. Time required to teach your dog drop it is 5 to 10 minutes a day. Come. Come means that your dog should stop what he's doing and return to you. Come is probably one of the most important commands as it can protect your pup from being injured. In addition, the come command helps you control situations much easier, whether your dog is in danger or if he is the one causing danger to others. Time required to teach come is 5 to 10 minutes, 2 to 3 times per day. No. No tells your dog to stop doing what he's doing. The no command should be used to stop unwanted behavior like chewing, jumping, or biting. Time required to teach no is 3 to 5 minutes, 2 to 3 times a day. Down. Down is quite like sit and has in general the same purpose. By teaching your dog to lie down on command, you have a tool to manage several common behavioral problems, like jumping around frantically. Additionally, down can serve as a stepping stone to further commands and training. For example, before you can train a dog to roll over or go to his place, he needs to know how to lie down. Time required to teach down is 5 to 10 minutes, 2 to 3 times per day. How to teach these basic dog commands? Well, teaching your pup different dog commands can be a fun and rewarding experience for both of you. Daily training gives them an easier and less stressful life and can strengthen your relationship. The best time to start training your new puppy or adult dog is as soon as you bring it home. The younger the dogs are, the easier it is to teach them, and the faster they learn. If you want your pup to learn the commands quickly and to get the most out of the training, follow these basic rules. Keep your training sessions short. It's better to do a few 5-minute sessions than 1 half-hour session each day. Young puppies often lose concentration quickly. Only train when you're in a good mood. If you've had a bad day, you may take your stress out on your pet. Always end training sessions on a positive note with an exercise you know your dog can do easily. Finishing with success keeps your pet and you motivated. One of the easiest ways to end your training session is by reminding your dog to sit and then give them that treat that they've been working so hard for the entire training session. At first, train with no distractions. For example, teach a command in a quiet environment and only add distractions later when your dog masters the command. This way, your dog learns to respond in different environments, thus proving his trainability and your effectiveness to follow through. Train Your Dog Basic Commands, a best practice guide. We summarized some best practices on how to teach your dog basic commands. Train your puppy by playing games. not only for doggy tricks, but playing games is also very useful for dog training. Don't overburden your dog, though. An exhausted dog cannot learn fast and will lose interest very soon. Playful learning works best with small rewards, such as hugging your dog or giving him a little snack. Own the basic commands. While you don't need a basic command for every trick, it's still advisable that your dog knows all the basic commands. Many tricks are based on various basic commands, which is certainly helpful. Moreover, these are the easiest ones to learn, so they are always a good training idea. Choose the right difficulty level. When choosing the next trick for your puppy, think of your dog's capacities. If your dog just learned the sit command, don't already try some very complicated tricks. Chances are that he will be overburdened and lose interest. Instead, take your dog step by step to a more difficult level. Go for short sessions. Go for rather short training sessions because dogs get quickly mentally exhausted. Moreover, some tricks also exhaust your dog physically, so your puppy may get very tired soon. A rule of thumb: practice 15 minutes for a trick and then wait a few hours until you try a new one. Many repetitions with small steps. Do you want to teach your dog a trick? Repeat it as often as possible. Teach the trick in small steps and be creative with the spots chosen for your training. Praise all the little achievements. Did your dog get it right? Always praise and encourage his achievement. Every little step can be praised, as most dogs react positively to appreciation. Difficulty level 1. Cross paws. We just went over the best tips and tricks, and now you're ready to start. Here's an example of teaching your dog the crisscross trick, or good lady. Follow these 3 easy steps for a successful cross paw trick. 1. Your dog sits down and you request from him a paw. Place a toy or a piece of paper on the opposite side of the required paw. Practice long enough until your dog understands which paw he needs to give out. As soon as your dog crosses his paws by doing this exercise, praise him and reward him with a little snack. Now, you're all set. Don't forget to have fun while teaching your pup the basic commands. I'm going to take a short break here, and when I come back, we will learn all about consistency.
Here's to the adventure-seeking dog mushers out there. The hundreds of you who stand on the runners dreaming and thinking about the northern lights. Of course, there is something else you can do if you've got something to say. Start a podcast with First Paw Media and harness your creative side. Maybe even earn enough money to tell yourself, hey, I'm not just a dog musher, I'm a rover, I'm a wanderer, I'm a voyager, I'm an explorer. Visit firstpaw.media. Mush on over today.
The key to any training is consistency. If you're not consistent, you will not get the desired result. It doesn't matter if it's dogs, cats, people, or even elephants. Learning is achieved through identifying patterns. Here are a few tips that can teach you consistency in your dog training. Consistent cues in dog training. If you repeat cues and say it 1 time one day and 3 times the next, you are not consistent. For more effective communication and training with your dog, try to make your verbal and nonverbal cues consistent. It makes learning new commands or tricks much easier for your dog. Keep the daily rituals. Dogs are each day confronted with challenging and confusing situations. They have to wait patiently for their food, stay calm in the traffic while walking, and sometimes stay home alone for hours. However, with fixed daily rituals, you can teach your dog that these situations are normal parts of the day, and with time, Your pup will get used to these challenges as a part of his daily routine. Man, it's hard being a dog. Stay on the same page. Make sure everyone in the family is on the same page with the house rules. If you don't want your dog to jump on people, make sure he never gets rewarded for jumping. If you don't want your dog to beg for food while you eat, the whole family should know not to feed him from the plates. Dogs often get blamed for being stubborn because they are not behaving correctly. The problem, however, is not on the dog. It is often seen that each family member rewards different behaviors. What is the right answer? Make consistent rules and stick to them. Dogs don't generalize. If you teach sit in the kitchen and then move to the bedroom, your dog will probably not perform the command. Why? Well, because it's a new location with new distractions. Go back to the basics and consistently reteach the behavior. Once you have trained your dog in numerous locations, success in a new location will occur faster. Pay attention to word use. Dogs are pretty simple. They try to react to the exact words you say. Therefore, you should know that come here or come now is not the same as come. Which one do you want your dog to learn? Choose the words you want to use and ensure you are consistent with your word use. Practice makes perfect. You have to learn patterns and consistency as much as your dog. So, train your dog for at least 15 minutes per day, broken down into small 2 to 5 minute segments, and be consistent with your dog training. Okay, let's press pause for a sec. Maybe ask yourself, why did this resonate with me? What aspect of my relationship with my canine buddy could I apply this to? And what am I going to do differently this week to make my dog's training a little easier? Take some time to mull it over. Talk it out with a family member or trusted friend. Put some ideas down in your training journal and then check back next week for our next episode. And as always, I look forward to hearing your thoughts on this episode. So reach out and DM me over on Instagram at First Paw Media and let's spark a conversation. Until then, keep going. You're doing great. It is time to create the relationship with your dog that you've always dreamed of. Thanks for listening to DogWorks Radio. Find the show notes for this episode and all others at alaskadogworks.com. And if you know someone in your life who needs help with their dog's training, be a hero and share our podcast with them. And we will see you next time.
From First Paw Media, this is DogWorks Radio. We hope you enjoyed this podcast, and we invite you to subscribe in Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, or wherever you get your podcasts. You'll find a link on the episode notes. You can tap or swipe on the episode cover art, and you'll see some offers from our sponsors. You can support our show by supporting them. If you like what you have heard, we would love it if you could give us a 5-star rating and tell your friends how to subscribe too. Your hosts are Robert and Michele Forto. Our producer is Robert Forto and created for First Paw Media.
Did you know that Alaska Dog Works trains service dogs for those in need throughout North America? Each and every service dog that is trained through the Lead Dog Service Dog Program and Michele Forto and her team has an individual training plan. We train for autistic, mobility, psychiatric, and PTSD for our soldiers for service work. If you know of someone that may need a service dog, please take a moment and check out Alaska Dog Works on social media and at alaskadogworks.com.